When a millionaire CEO handed his credit card to a homeless little girl, he never imagined she'd spend it on something that would make him cry. Ethan Blake, a 35-year-old CEO known for his success and sharp suits, had never stopped on the same street corner twice, until that night. It was freezing, and through the foggy car window, he saw a 4-year-old girl sitting beside a cardboard sign that read, "Hungry! Please help my mom." Something in her trembling eyes broke through his usual indifference. He stepped out, ignoring the rain soaking his coat. "Where's your mom?" he asked softly. The little girl pointed toward a dark alley. "She's sick. I just want to buy her soup." Ethan paused, heart tight. Without thinking, he pulled out his black credit card, the one with no limit, and handed it to her. "Take this," he said, kneeling to meet her gaze. "Buy whatever you need." The girl blinked in disbelief. "Anything?" "Anything," he said. She smiled, the first smile he'd seen that night, and ran off into the rain. His driver looked stunned. "Sir, do you know what she'll do with that?" Ethan stared out into the storm. "No, but maybe she'll remind me what money's really for." He didn't know it yet, but what she bought would soon change his life forever. Ethan waited inside his car, the rain drumming softly on the roof. Minutes passed. Then half an hour. He started to worry. What if she ran away with it? What if someone took advantage of her? Just as he was about to step out, he saw the tiny figure running back through the downpour, drenched but smiling. The 4-year-old girl held a small brown paper bag to her chest. She ran up to his window and knocked softly. Ethan rolled it down. "Here," she said, handing him the bag with shivering hands. "I bought this for you." Ethan blinked, confused. "For me?" She nodded eagerly. "Mom says when someone helps you, you should thank them with something warm." Inside the bag was a cup of hot chocolate, and 2 small sandwiches. "I wanted to get Mommy medicine," she whispered, "but she said to feed you first, because you look sad." Ethan felt his throat tighten. This tiny child, who owned nothing, had used his unlimited card to show gratitude, not greed. He knelt down beside her, rain dripping from his hair. "Where's your mom now?" The girl pointed toward the alley. "She's sleeping. I told her I'd come back soon." Ethan hesitated, then stood up. "Come on. Let's go see her." He reached for an umbrella, holding it over both of them as they walked through the rain. For the first time in years, he wasn't thinking about money, meetings, or deadlines, only about a small act of kindness that had opened something in his heart he thought was gone. Ethan followed the little girl through narrow, rain-soaked alleys until they reached a small shelter made of old boxes and plastic sheets. Underneath, a young woman lay wrapped in a thin blanket, pale and shivering. "Mommy," the girl whispered, kneeling beside her. "I brought someone to help us." The woman opened her tired eyes. When she saw Ethan, she tried to sit up but winced in pain. "I'm sorry, sir, she shouldn't have bothered you." Ethan knelt down beside her. "You're not bothering me. I should have found you sooner." She gave a faint smile. "We lost our home when I got sick. I've been trying to get medicine, but I can't even afford food." Ethan noticed the empty pill bottle near her side, the faded hospital bracelet on her wrist. His throat tightened. "You need real help, now." He quickly called his driver. "Get my car. We're taking her to a hospital." The woman tried to protest. "Please, I can't pay." Ethan interrupted softly. "You don't have to. You already did more than most people ever could." The little girl looked up at him, wide-eyed. "You mean, you'll help my mom get better?" Ethan nodded, smiling gently. "I promise." As the driver lifted the weak woman into the car, Ethan wrapped his coat around the girl to keep her warm. For the first time that night, she leaned her head on his shoulder and whispered, "You're kind, just like my dad used to be." Those words hit him harder than the rain ever could. Ethan looked out into the storm, silently vowing to change not just their lives, but his own. At the hospital, doctors rushed the woman into the emergency room while Ethan and the little girl waited outside. Hours passed before the doctor finally came out with a smile. "She's going to be fine," he said. "Another few days of rest and she'll fully recover." The little girl jumped with joy, hugging Ethan tightly. "Thank you, sir. Mommy will smile again." Ethan chuckled softly. "You're a brave little one. What's your name?" "Lila," she said proudly. "And Mommy's name is Grace." 2 days later, Grace was awake and stronger. Ethan visited them with new clothes, food, and a teddy bear for Lila. But when he offered to buy them a house, Grace shook her head. "Sir, you've done enough. We don't want money, just a chance to start again." Ethan respected her dignity. Before leaving, he gave Lila the credit card again and smiled. "Buy something just for you this time, okay?" Later that evening, his assistant brought him a small envelope. Inside was a receipt, but not for toys or candy. It was for flowers, a thank you card, and a children's book titled Kindness Never Fades. Underneath the receipt was a handwritten note. "I bought flowers for my mommy and a book to read with her. Thank you for helping us believe in good people again." Ethan felt a lump rise in his throat. The billionaire who once measured life by numbers now realized the greatest wealth wasn't in his bank account, but in the tiny heart of a girl who reminded him what humanity truly means.